Honestly, if nobody but my two children watches this video, this is what I want at home at the weekends, okay?
Quality's good as well, but I really like having an instrument that I actually want to play because I like how it looks.
You're a lady after Danish Pete's heart there. Now, is that a School of Rock thing?
Possibly.
You're like an old man in a young man's body, aren't you? Hey guys, it's Lee here from Andertons, and I have found these two guys here. So we've got Marikit and Makisig, who are going to help talk us through how they first got into playing the guitar and the bass guitar. And also we're going to look at some of the super cool guitars that a beginner might choose to play on. And I'm super interested to hear from you what it was that you were thinking when your parents first brought you to a music store and said, you know, what do you want to do? So look, welcome to Andertons. I know I've met you before and you've shopped in here for a few years, and you're going to see these guys play as well. Very talented brother and sister here. So tell me, how old were you when you first started playing the guitar?
The guitar? Ooh, I was about 8 maybe. I think I started when I started playing guitar, and then I started that because he started playing it first.
Yeah. Right, okay.
Yeah, I started on acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
And then I moved on to bass guitar a couple years later, and then electric guitar after that.
Oh wow, super talented. And did you go the acoustic journey and then electric?
No, I started with electric when I was six, 5, and then I've just been playing ever since.
So you guys probably started a little younger than a lot of kids will learn, but a great age to start. Were you able to start on a full-size guitar, or did you have to start on a smaller?
No, I still have my first guitar. It's a Squire Mini.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I keep it with me. It's a really
excellent.
Nice guitar.
And did you start on a small acoustic or regular?
I started on a small, 3/4 acoustic as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got some of those that we can look at, but right now where we are, we're in the domain of the sort of the beginner but full-size electric guitar. Normally, if I'm in a store and there's a dad or a mum and they bring their kids in, the whole thing will be like, what's the most sensible thing to start on? You know, it needs to be good quality and reliable and all this kind of stuff. What are you thinking when you're in a guitar shop going, oh my God, I'm getting my first guitar?
Okay, to be honest, I go for the colour first.
Of course, right? Colour first.
I mean, quality is good as well, but I really like having an instrument that I actually want to play because I like how it looks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, quality is important, but for me it's colour.
And same for
Again,
you?
I go for the looks of it most of the time, because I have a lot of really nice guitars, and the one I like the most, the looks of it, that's the one I play most of the time.
So that's always my first advice to parents, is the most important thing is that these guys get a guitar that they want to play, all right? Whether it's sensible or not that's years and years ahead of you for sensible playing. Right now, it's all about just inspiring them to play. So we're in this section here with a brand called EastCoast, which is like a brand that Andertons has helped develop over the last 5 or 10 years. And I'm really passionate about avoiding that really cheap first musical instrument that you might pick up from a toy shop or a supermarket or even places like Amazon and stuff like that. So we're going to start looking at guitars that are around about £99 and upwards, and packs that come with guitar amps from the sort of £129 and upwards. And I just want to promise you, and you guys can attest to this when you try them, we've avoided the bad stuff. So even if you come in with our cheapest East Coast guitar, it's fine. It's a perfectly good instrument to start. So look, Marikit, you go first. Are we going to try you with basses, or because I kind of feel like if you're going to jam, I kind of feel like you should take on the bass and you should take on the guitar. So look, we've got some East Coast basses along the floor here, and we've got some East Coast amps here. We've got everything from super traditional to modern crazy colors, but what are you drawn to here?
I'm drawn to the purple one.
Of course you are. You're a lady after Danish Pete's heart there. So something like that is, we would consider that a sort of a more contemporary style.
Yeah.
I know you've moved on and you've got some lovely basses in your collection now, but this is more of like an Ibanez kind of style,
Yeah, I love Ibanez, so that seems fitting.
Yeah, well, have a little hold of that and just give me your sort of first impressions about sort of, does it feel like too big, not, you know, I don't know. Is there anything that puts you off? Or again, maybe imagine yourself as the sort of 10, 11-year-old.
No, that feels really nice. I like how the like neck isn't too grippy because sometimes my fingers get stuck. But like this one's really nice. And I like the shape of the body as well.
How about the action, so the height of the strings from the fretboard?
That's also really nice because I don't like it when it's too high, but this is like perfect.
Yeah.
So.
That would be a super important consideration is, you know, if you get a guitar with a big high action, really impossible to play. So Makisig, you've got a slightly bigger selection as guitar players generally do compared to bass players. What are you drawn to, color, style?
I have been looking at this one.
Ah, classic sort of Gibson style SG. Now, is that a School of Rock thing?
Possibly.
Yes, I'm seeing nodding here. I actually think that's quite a conservative choice. It's quite a grown-up sort of look. Was there any other ones? I mean, I was sort of thinking, I don't know. I mean, I think there's some. I always love the sort of, and don't let me influence you, because like the last thing I want to be is the dad going, oh, here's a sensible guitar. But yeah, loads and loads of choices. But what was the? You said you started on a Squire Mini,
yes.
Right? What is it that you think about the sort of the Strat style that so many people will start on?
Yeah, it's like a really nice, like comfortable design because it's not too like angular which some guitars can like slip off your leg, which wasn't the most comfortable to play with. But you do get used to it. But as a beginning guitar, it's like really nice, rounded.
Cool. So look, anything else? I mean, I quite like this is a new one for us, the offset style. So if you're into your sort of, you know, Jaguar Jazzmaster kind of vibe, is that from a, you know, are there artists that you that have inspired you that play guitars like that, or are you? I'm sort of feeling like I sound like I'm trying to talk you out of picking that one in the corner, which I'm not. So if that's the one that you like, that's what we'll try. But I'm just wondering if there's anything else before you make the decision.
I do like this colour. It's like a nice, like,
you're like an old man in a young man's body, aren't you? You've picked a 1950s Telecaster style and a 60s SG, but hey, this is fine. So yeah, look, whatever you like, because we're going to pick the guitar and then we'll talk about the little amps that you can grow with. So change your mind, you're going to go with this one now,
I'm going to go with this one.
Wow, brilliant. That's actually about the most affordable you could have gone as well. So same question that I asked your sister. What's important to, you know, you've played for a little bit now, so but as a beginner, what would have been an important thing to look for in a guitar other than just how cool it looks? Yeah,
I felt some like really cheap guitars before, but this doesn't feel like one at all. It feels like a very good quality guitar, and like again, like the colors matching is like really nice. It just.
Well, look, that's great. I'm glad you're comfortable with that. So, did you guys both start with a little guitar amplifier, something like this?
Yeah.
Cool. Now, parents nowadays, or you guys nowadays, you've got way more choice than when I first started playing. So you could elect to plug straight into your computer and use a plug-in to get guitar sounds. You've got little devices that just plug into the guitar and you can wear headphones off. But if you want to jam, there's really no better place to start. So we've got 2 options for bass players, little one, bigger one, and 3 options for guitar players. No surprise here. Best sounding one is the biggest one. Yeah. Probably also the one that will annoy your parents the most. So I think what we'll do is we'll go for the sort of the middle guitar one and the smaller bass one, just so that, you know, people can get an idea. But yes, if you can afford it and you don't mind your kids making a bit more noise, making noise is the fun part, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So if you can get the biggest one, great. Okay. Well, we are going to head off to our studio now, plug these guys in, have a bit of a jam, talk about how they feel. You can find links to all of the guitars and bundles that you've seen in this video so far in the links below. I think you've chosen just about the most affordable one. So we'll be, with this amplifier, we'll be spending around about the 170 mark. I think the bass is going to be more like the 200 mark. But as I said, links below is where all the info is. Let's go to the studio. amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, we're back in the studio. We've grabbed all of the East Coast bits that these guys picked in the store. Taylor, our camera guy and studio manager, has joined us on drums. What's your, initially you picked this one out, and then you picked this one out. What's your initial reaction of the sounds and how you're getting on with that one?
The sounds are like really nice guitars because like on the cheaper ones they're like all like, I don't know how to describe it, but like, like the sound like that cheaper ones make. These are like really good quality sounds, these ones. I like, really like them.
Oh, I'm pleased you're into it. When did you first learn the Sweet Child of Mine intro?
Sweet Child of Mine, maybe 3-ish years ago.
It's hard, I must admit. I tried to learn that. I sort of got it down. You have to play it over and over to sort of get it down, but that's a hard lick to learn, that one.
After you learn it, like, it just stays in your mind.
The story goes, it was an exercise he was doing, just like a scale type exercise, and then didn't the Duff came up with the bass line to go over it, which you nailed as well, by the way. That was awesome. I kind of want to hear you play this, because this was the one that you kind of initially chose. So sorry, Mr. Soundman, we're going to unplug stuff. So give that one a blast. For anybody watching here, I don't know, you might just see these style guitars and you might see a yellow one and you might see a red one and you might think that's all the difference is. But this is very different sounding with the single coil pickups, so sort of a thinner style, maybe good sort of bluesy, country, rocky guitar. This one's a little heavier.
Yeah.
Who's the first guitar player that comes to mind when you pick that up? Or band?
I think of the guitarist from School of Rock.
I was about to say, I bet you say Jack Black or
Jack
the guitar.
Black, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think of Angus Young, but hey, they both played a red SG, so kind of that's good. Give us some. This is probably a bit chunkier sounding. Man, that's epic. That is so cool. So you're set to go. I think we're going to leave you with this red setup here and the little amplifier here.
Yeah.
We did throw Makisig a little pedal here. So if you switch the pedal off and give it a strum, people can hear a little bit quieter, a little bit cleaner. But that's no fun. And now do the same with the pedal. Honestly, if nobody but my two children watches this video, this is what I want at home at the weekends, okay? So please, practice harder. That sounded epic. So tell us again, you take this like a fish to water. I was just saying before we started, I know you're pretty serious about taking the whole bass thing as a career choice, right?
Hopefully, yeah.
I must admit, I wish you all the best, because you're a very, very talented bass player. Anyway, we got you with this little guitar amplifier, or little bass amplifier, and the sort of slightly more contemporary bass. Again, give us some sounds. How are you feeling about this?
I really, really like this. Like I said earlier, like the neck, I really like how it's not too grippy. Mm-hmm. And then also, I haven't changed any of the settings. Like they're all like on the preset, and it still sounds really good. Yeah. And I really like that.
Excellent stuff. And what's your kind of like? We've played a little bit of Lenny Kravitz. We played a little bit of Guns N' Roses. What would be your sort of go-to stuff? Do we know any jazz fusion? Because I know she's going to come up with something.
I'm not going to actually. I play a bit of everything really. Like at the moment, I mainly play rock stuff because I'm in quite a few rock bands. But then I do like other random things. I've learned a couple Brazilian songs recently, so I like just playing all sorts of things. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to bail, I think, at this particular point. I just want to thank you both massively for coming in and jamming with us and talking through some of the East Coast guitars that we sell. Now, again, your School of Rock journey is kind of like super, super cool. So tell me just a little bit about when did you first do school? And actually, the cool story is, how did you even like get into it? You just phoned them, right? What was the deal?
So one of my friends' mums was in one of my friends was in Matilda, and then her mum was just basically like to our parents, you should call someone to ask if they can audition for something, because Marikit plays lots of instruments. So then we called them, and they were just like, "Oh, are you interested in learning the bass?" And I said yes. we were on holiday at this time, so my dad drove down here, got a bass, and then drove back down, and then I started learning it. I had 5 days before the first audition, and I learnt the song, so that was that.
That's nuts. So you got a part in School of Rock. What was your first gig then? Like, were you at one of the big theatres in the West End or something?
I did the tour. So my first venue was Hull, and I performed in Hull New Theatre. That was my first one, and then I went around, well, just UK and Ireland. So
what an experience. So you're playing in front of hundreds of people, if not thousands of people some nights, having
really
played bass for 5 days.
No, I played for a bit longer by that point because I auditioned for the West End first.
Right.
But then obviously because of COVID, that shut down, and then I was asked to re-audition for the tour. So then I started the tour in September 2021. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
That's mental. And then you followed in your sister's footsteps.
Yeah.
It was the same thing. You just phoned up for an audition, said I play guitar. And...
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They also asked me to do a bit of piano there as well. So that
do you
was
have to
fun.
sing, either of you in? All the cast members
Everyone had
presumably
to sing,
do they?
yeah.
What was the first song that you had to play for School of Rock?
The first song that I learned to play was Teacher's Pet, which is the first song which they play as a band on stage.
That's incredible. I look, it's so cool. I do wish the both of you all the best with your musical journeys and careers. I'm going to vacate, I think, now. Tay, though, if you could stay, can you do like a number that you know from School of Rock or something like that? Just so like you can do the first, verse and chorus or something like that. Sure. Look, it's been amazing. Thank you guys for watching. Links below if you want to find out more about any of the gear in this. I can't say enough how unbelievably important it is if you're a parent to encourage and support your kids. If they show any interest in music at all, whatever the instrument is, please support them. Try and get them off to a good start with something that's okay. Let them be a part of the journey. You said, let them choose colours and styles and stuff that they want. It's so important, and encourage them to play and accept that they're going to make a bit of a racket, but it's all part of the journey, definitely. Right? So, okay, right, look, I'm going to leave you to it. Thank you guys, it's a pleasure. I'm going to be now part of the audience. I'm just going to watch. It's going to be awesome.